Kadarius Toney's uncertain future with the Kansas City Chiefs. The rise and fall of Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney arrived in Kansas City with high expectations, acquired mid-season from the New York Giants for a 3rd and 6th round pick. A former first-round talent, Toney brought elite athleticism, smooth route running, and explosive potential to a Chiefs offense led by Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. His early flashes, including a record-setting punt return in Super Bowl 57 that set up a pivotal touchdown, sparked optimism that he could be a game-changer. Fans saw a star in the making. However, Toney's tenure has been marred by inconsistency, injuries, and critical mistakes. Hamstring and ankle issues have limited his availability, often relegating him to a decoy role. His 2023 season was particularly rough, with 3 costly drops in a Week 1 loss to the Detroit Lions, including one that led to a pick-six. Miscommunications and mental lapses further eroded trust. Despite his $1.3 million salary for 2025, rumors suggest Toney may not even make it to training camp. The Chiefs, focused on championships, have little room for, maybe, players on their 53-man roster. What do you think? Has Toney played his last snap for Kansas City? Share your thoughts in the comments. Was trading for Toney a mistake? The trade for Toney was a calculated gamble by GM Brett Veach, known for his bold moves to acquire high-upside talent. On paper, Toney's skill set seemed tailor-made for Reid's creative offense. His initial impact validated the move, but persistent injuries and unreliable play have raised questions. While the trade cost was modest, the Chiefs' investment in Toney's potential hasn't panned out as hoped. Some argue it was bad luck. Injuries derailed a promising talent. Others see it as a misstep, questioning whether Toney's inconsistent track record with the Giants should have been a red flag. What's your take? Was the trade a mistake or just unfortunate circumstances? Drop your opinion below. Front office and coaching staff's waning patience. Brett Veach and Andy Reid have historically embraced high-risk, high-reward players, but Toney's struggles may have pushed them to their limit. Trust is paramount in Kansas City's precision-driven offense, and Toney's inability to stay healthy or execute consistently has strained that trust. Reid, tasked with maximizing Mahomes' prime, can't afford to wonder if a receiver will run the right route or show up to practice. Reports from inside the organization suggest the coaching staff's patience is wearing thin. With a roster built for a three-peat, every spot must deliver. Do you trust Veach to make the right call on Toney's future? Comment below, and if you're still behind Veach's process, type "Trust the process" to show your support. A crowded receiver room. Toney's biggest obstacle may be the Chiefs' revamped wide receiver depth chart. The 2025 roster is stacked with reliable, hungry talent. Hollywood Brown, a free agent addition with WR1 traits, speed, and polish. Rashee Rice, a second-year standout with growing chemistry with Mahomes, assuming his off-field issues resolve. Xavier Worthy, a first-round rookie with 4.21 speed, already impressing in OTAs and minicamp. Sky Moore, facing a make-or-break year but showing promise. Justin Watson, a trusted veteran with Mahomes' confidence. Justin Ross, an emerging talent flashing potential. Toney, at best, slots in as WR5 or WR6. At worst, he's off the roster. Reid and Mahomes prioritize reliability over raw potential, and Toney hasn't delivered. If you were building the WR room, would you keep Toney over Moore or Ross? Who's your pick for the breakout receiver in 2025? Brown, Worthy, or Rice? Share your thoughts below. Can Toney salvage his Chiefs career? Is there a path for Toney to make the 53-man roster? Technically, yes, but it's a steep climb. He'd need to arrive at training camp fully healthy, focused, and productive. No injuries, no mental errors, just consistent excellence. Even then, the Chiefs' championship-driven roster may not have room for him. The $1.3 million salary isn't a barrier. It's low enough for Kansas City to cut ties without hesitation, unlike pricier contracts like Marquez Valdes-Scantling's in the past. The Chiefs' receiver room is younger, faster, and more durable, leaving Toney as the odd man out. Can you envision a scenario where he turns it around and secures a roster spot? Or is the writing on the wall? Share your final verdict in the comments. Quick poll. Will Toney be on the Week 1 roster? Vote below. Final thoughts. Kadarius Toney's journey in Kansas City has been a roller coaster, from Super Bowl heroics to a likely roster cut. The Chiefs' pursuit of a third straight Super Bowl demands reliability, and Tony's inability to deliver consistently may seal his fate. Chiefs Kingdom, where do you stand? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments, and stay tuned for more Chiefs updates as training camp approaches.